Hello folks, welcome back, and today I've got an unboxing for Unmatched Storage, or what was it called? Unmatched Storage and Accessories. So, this was a gamefound project. I guess it did pretty good for basically being boxes and cards and stuff. $263,000 and some more. 4,358 backers, although it's hard to say what percentage of them actually got the storage solution or what percentage of them got other things. This is a project I've dogged a little bit. I've actually mentioned as like one of the ones I kind of regret backing. But it came down to the weird, confusing kind of shipping scenario that they did. So they did this thing where you had to add something else to your cart, and then that represented the shipping. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was confusing, even for somebody that's backed, obviously, a lot of projects. Because of that, I mistakenly paid like $20 too much, and they did refund me that they don't owe me anything. We're good on there. The box that I got one of the box and includes 12 of these cubes that you can use to store your Unmatched. And by the way, I like Unmatched. I've bought a lot of Unmatched. In fact, it seems like I've bought almost all of the Unmatched except for maybe a couple of more recent titles. Even backed the Kickstarter for the other projects. So it's not like I don't like restoration games, and it's not like I don't like Unmatched at all. It's just that this box solution that holds 12 cubes is $60. And no, I didn't have to buy it or anything, but I thought, oh man, I've got a lot of storage issues at the moment. So I was like, this would be a great way to store all my Unmatched. And maybe it will be. I obviously haven't even opened the box yet. But it was $60 for this, for one of these things. And then another $27 to ship it. So I'm curious to see what this looks like and what all's in here. I don't remember anything from the campaign, like extra stuff or like stretch goals or anything like that. So maybe it's nothing and maybe it's something. But I thought I'd just unbox it and we'll take a look. And we'll leave one of these out to put some stuff in one of them. Okay. Let's see what I got. Here we go. All right. Came very well wrapped. Interesting. Iconic battle box. One iconic battle box coming up. Okay. So they've got some of their iconography on the sides of this thing, which is cool. It looks neat. But the facings of them are, well, they're black. Yeah, Unmatched. Okay. So it's got sort of that UV where like some of it's shiny and some of it isn't. It's got kind of a Roy Orbison vibe to it, but alright. Interesting. So the box has a... I've never seen that. It's got like a little extra thing there to kind of make it more sturdy. That's kind of neat. Like a dual layered box lid. And then we've got this. I'm not sure what this is for. Maybe the bottom? Alright, and these are the boost cubes. Looks like they come in little sets of 4 here. So the thing I've been teasing them about is I said that they looked like floppy disk cases. And they're not big enough actually to hold a floppy disk, but that's kind of what they reminded me of a bit. All right, and we just got our boost cubes and nothing else. So here we go. Here is $90 in Unmatched storage. Oops. So you could put more than one, like, I guess if you just like were made of money or whatever, you could put one in here and kind of hold their card, put their card up in the front. I guess we'll see how that works. So you could use one of these boxes to hold a lot of like a general selection of your collection, or to exclusively hold maybe some of your favorites. And they even made a little backpack that these cubes would fit in and stuff, so you could take them all and go play them. The people in my community don't play Unmatched quite like that. In fact, more often than not, I find that it's just me and whoever I can talk into playing with me. Holly and I have played tons of Unmatched, and we love the game. It's a fun dueling game. It's obviously one of my favorites. I literally spent hundreds of dollars on it. The stuff I brought out just a second ago was probably half of what I've got. The only thing I don't have is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because Buffy's dumb. And the very, very newest stuff that's come out with Marvel, because I'm just kind of over Marvel stuff right now. That's a shame, because I've got Marvel Zombies on the way too, I imagine. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and just open all these real quick. Maybe we'll just load it up. You guys want to load it up? What's funny now too is they're discontinuing some of them. So now I've got like even less incentive to like want to get rid of my boxes and stuff that some of these things came in. Like if I'm not mistaken, I believe they said Cobble and Fog is going to be discontinued. I love the artwork and stuff. You're not seeing much of it on the shelf. You're just seeing that. But I hate to like take my favorite Cobble and Fog characters and put them in one of these little cubes and then put this beautiful artwork someplace else. Especially when these boxes were so well designed to hold everything. They're one of the first games, and I talk about this a lot with games, but they were one of the first ones to like really have an insert that was very, very very, very user-friendly, and like where you could return all the components and keep them in good shape and stuff. So, but there's a lot of these boxes, and they take up a lot of space. And it's kind of a waste of space, too, if you think about it. If you're going to have a lot of something, you might want to think about like some sort of bulk storage solution. So that's why when this came out, I was like, oh, I was immediately on board from seeing pictures, and I think the brothers Murph did a video about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm on board. I want to try that. I got in initially planning to buy like a whole like 3 or 4 of these, and then I looked at the price. I was like, oh my god, I can't do it. I can't do it. So there's a couple of things that could be true. One, maybe this is just such a niche market. There's a lot of Unmatched fans, I'm sure, but only so many. So they can't sell these little plastic boxes to just everyone. It's a very, very specialized interest going on here. Okay, so let's take a look at one of these boost cubes. They seem to snap off the top. So whoop, they have little grabby things here on the sides. There is one little divider here. If you want to break up one of these areas into another area, do these come out? Ah, these also come out. So these are smaller, so they kind of go with the taper of this edge here. And this is okay, and then they're bigger as they go along. So, all right, so we got some little dividers. Let's put something in there. Okay. So here, if you're not familiar, is a typical Unmatched box. All right, so just pulling the stuff out of this first one, I've encountered kind of a weird issue. In general, it's not too big a deal. So we've got the typical character stuff is going to be some cards, maybe some tokens sometimes. Maybe they'll have a sidekick, and then their dial, and then their dial. And then, of course, they're miniature. So that's what you typically store in one of these boost cubes. But these box sets sometimes come with more than that. In fact, let me grab... Yeah, there's his sidekick also. So, but... this box set came with like little doors. I think these were doors or something, so you could do the little Beowulf scenario where you sealed off the you sealed off the room and stuff. So I guess you could put these with Beowulf. That would make sense or something. But now in all the Marvel ones, there are all these like little extra little bits and pieces, and I guess you could exchange those with a bunch of other things and put them all in one of these one of the Marvel sets. But so I'll put this question to you guys. So how do you deal with like the little bits and pieces that maybe go with the map more than they do a particular character or something like that? I think for now I'm going to stick these in with Beowulf, just because that's his board, and I'll probably put that in there to kind of get us started. I can't remember exactly. It'll hold the cubes and supposedly a couple of maps too. So we'll load up a couple of these and see how they do. All right, so I've tightened this up so that this will hold the cards. It goes in comfortably, but it does give it a little bit more of a squeeze than I have before. Can I fit a miniature in there now? Okay, yeah. So now he fits in there. How about Red? Could she go in there too? Boop. All right. Do they have any room to grow? Well, not really. In fact, this gap is pretty much the only gap we have. So let's start doing the dials. Can we get the dials in there? Okay, yeah. Dials go. His dials go. Her dials, not so much. I can put them in there with them if I want to just crowd it all in there together. Might as well, right? Oh, Lord. Then here's her huntsman guy. I guess it kind of fits in there. We got the huntsman's token. He can kind of go in there. I guess he could just, might as well just stuff all these things in there too, right? We got all the, all of these things that kind of go with that map, but you know, it is sort of a Beowulf-esque scenario. That's why they made it. So we'll put it in there. Then last thing we got are some tokens of his, which probably would fit in here also. I guess the biggest problem with this is now is like, if I wanted to just play a little Red, I still got to pull out all the Beowulf stuff and like dump it out. Travel-wise, if I'm going someplace, this is a lot more convenient way to keep it, I guess. So now I've got them, but you know, they're kind of hidden away in a box. But that's fine. Okay, if the mindset is I have these things to enjoy them, but I'm not necessarily going to look at them because it's just this on the shelf anyway. Here you go. And we'll hold two with that are sleeved with a little bit of effort. So there you go. Let's just do that over and over again for a bit. So I'll be right back as I debox a number of things, and I'll tell you what I picked. Woo! Okay, so I filled up all my boost cubes, and I've consolidated quite a lot of unmatched stuff. So all the characters from this fit in one of these boost cube boxes. I did not do any single character boost cubes. These are all two characters. I found the secret formula for that fit. It was pretty consistent, even with the different size miniatures and things and different amounts of tokens and stuff. It seemed to work the same for all of these, which is take the first divider, put it on the third notch from the front. The second divider, you're going to take all the way past the gap and put it in that first slot, and pull the next divider and just toss it aside. The last divider, take it down till it's 3 notches from the back, and then you'll have enough space to fit 2 characters, their cards and tokens and everything else. And basically, once I figured that out, I went through and I did that on all of the cubes, and it saved me a lot of time pulling these out. The next thing was just kind of deciding what to do. Well, this ended up being quite a lot of my Unmatched collection. I guess the rub is that according to the the gamefound campaign page, it'll only hold 2 maps, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maps here. And some of these include special tokens that work with these particular maps and stuff. So I'm in kind of a quandary for what I really want to keep in there, and we might experiment with that a little bit and even tolerate a little bit of lid lift. Because the other thing that I don't think I remember seeing in the description is there's rule books for each of these things. And now it's true that Unmatched is simple enough to where you might already know how to play these so well you never need to reference the book. But there are a lot of sets in here and a lot of different rules. Do you remember for sure all of these? They don't equate to a whole lot, but they are going to take up some amount of space when we put them in the box. So we're going to have to account for that also. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one of these boxes, probably take the insert, stash it away someplace because I can't bear to lose those things, and use it as storage for all the rest of the maps that I can't fit in the box. That's one possible solution. But let's put these things. Let's go ahead and rebox this. I believe this is the bottom. And also, I was noticing on the campaign there are 2 versions. There's one that's really, really colorful. I suppose I picked this one. I don't remember picking it, but more than likely I made the choice for the all black box. So forget any criticism of that. I'm thinking that this is the bottom, as I recall. So let's just start putting them in. I did put Bruce Lee and Deadpool in together since they were the 2 singles. It got kind of tricky with the box sets with 3 things in it, but basically 2 of these boost cubes would hold 2 of those sets, because a lot of the Marvel ones are coming in sets of 3. So I took 2 of the Marvel ones and put them in here. In choosing which ones to do, I went ahead and went with some of the older ones, like the Robin Hood and Bigfoot is a favorite of ours. And then also some of the Unmatched Season 1 and the Unmatched Season 2. I went ahead and put both of them in here. Then I went with some of the older Marvel sets. I didn't even attempt to put the Jurassic Park stuff in here. Like, well, I know that the part of each of those Jurassic Park kits will fit, but I don't know I think you would probably have to use one whole boost cube just to hold the Raptors, and none of this is going to hold the T-Rex. So I wasn't going to break those sets apart, so I decided just to leave those out for now. Alright, get the rest of these going in here. Alright, and now we've got a nice eclectic set of these things. I think this is in here to keep these things from bouncing around, because they did have to leave room for the maps and stuff. So it says you can store the maps above or below it, and it says it'll hold 2 of them, and the box will shut. So I'm just going to pick 2 arbitrary ones, and all the instructions, and let's see how the box closes with that. Honestly, if I was going to do that, I could stick another map in, but I'm assuming it's not going to close right, so let's do that. Oh, it closes up just fine. So let's push it a little bit further. So that's the Sinbad one, the Sinbad and the King Arthur one and stuff in the very first Unmatched. This is a boat. Oh, this is the Cobble and Fog one. I really liked that map too. It's funny, they have different shaped maps too, so it's like, does it fit better this way? It would be cool if the box was just a little bit longer or something. You could start stacking these up in here too. But no. Let's see, maybe it's made to fit these. Yeah, see, and a little bit longer, and you could have a stack of rule books in there too, but that's not going to work. So, all right. So we got 2 maps in. Let's just see how many. What if I did all of it? Because that's ultimately what's going to make me the least bitchy. Is if all this stuff fit. Because that's all I really want, is for everything to fit in a box together. This would be crazy if it worked. It will not work. All right. Setting expectations to 0. Closing the box. Almost. Almost. You got a bit of lid lift. And again, this is not as intended, but it's not. It's actually not bad. I could almost live with that, except that everything feels really loose in here. Oh, and all this. Boy, it's a real rattle box turning this thing around and around. Okay. Oh, wow. You can hear all the stuff moving around and stuff. So if you painted these, honestly, you might just want to leave them in the box. Or add some foam in here to kind of keep it from moving around. That would probably be okay. I didn't bother to paint them. They put that neat kind of wash on it anyway. So I might have to pick a few of these maps. Let's just say, I bet I could just stitch the 2 smaller maps. Keep all these bigger ones for the bigger box sets. Maybe distribute all these old rubber bands in here. Distribute these across the top like this. And again, almost shuts, but this shuts. This is pretty acceptable. Basically, shuts all the way, except for just a little bit. And I got most of the maps in, so I got 2 maps that didn't fit. I guess maybe I'll take one of these smaller box sets and just use it as storage. Like maybe it's going to be one of these, isn't it? So now, oh, I didn't even have to really take anything out. So now, there's a little bit of a waste of space in here, but I've got that. Also, this is all the plastic that I didn't use. These are all the dividers that I didn't use out of there. I took all of that out. So that box is saving this amount of space. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'd spend the same money on it again, but you know, I guess it did save me a lot of space, so I can't complain about that. And ultimately, I chose to buy it. Is all my decision. Pulling this out to play isn't as bad as I kind of envisioned it would be. There is kind of a lot of stuff now to dig through when you go to play, but if you it's really not too bad. When you pick up all the maps, you can slide everything off and pretty easily see what's in there. You can't see so well the dudes behind, but it's pretty easy to kind of pull this out. And if you know what box sets they were in, especially, you'll know that they're probably in. If the one you see isn't in there, like Ghost Rider, you can bet that he's got somebody else from that box set, like Bullseye, in there, and just kind of easily pull it out and see it. So I have my criticisms of this box. Mainly the cost. I don't feel like this plastic is innovative enough to cost as much, but then getting anything custom made for a limited audience is going to be expensive. So I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base there, but it felt a little pricey for what it is. I do need storage. I do love Unmatched. I'm not planning on getting rid of anything. Even these boxes are going to go into a bigger box and then go into my attic, where I'll keep them in case I want to resell one of these in the future. I can't tell you how many of my childhood items that if I'd only kept the packaging for and stuff, ended up being collector's items later on. So for some reason I feel compelled to hold on to stuff like this, and it's really starting to kind of pile up. And folks, that's all I got for you today. I just want to come on and talk to you a little bit about this new box set. Go ahead and set it up and see what it was like. Share it with you. If you'd like to know more about how I feel about Unmatched and see more of these sets, you can take a look right here. And over there, something YouTube thinks you'll like. I'm kind of surprised. Maybe you should check that out. Until next time, enjoy your games. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.